War of words has erupted between the BJP and Congress over the arrest of Indian Youth Congress chief Uday Bhanu Chib. Rahul Gandhi has come out in full support of Chib and Youth Congress workers, saying he is proud of his Babbar Sher comrades and calling the Shirtless protest a peaceful democratic right and part of India's historical legacy.
जो यूथ कांग्रेस के बब्बर शेर हैं, हमारे यूथ कांग्रेस के लोग, हमारे कार्यकर्ता बब्बर शेर, आप किसी से नहीं डरोगे, आप किसी से नहीं डरोगे। आप में कांग्रेस पार्टी का खून है, देशभक्ति का खून है। आप हरी क्रांति लाए, आपने देश को अनाज दिया, भोजन दिया, वही काम नरेंद्र मोदी ने खत्म किया है। आपने इंडस्ट्री बनाई, वही काम नरेंद्र मोदी ने खत्म किया। आप 21वीं सदी में आईटी रेवोल्यूशन लाए, डेटा देकर, वही काम नरेंद्र मोदी ने खत्म किया। आपको डरने की जरूरत नहीं है।
Party chief Mallikarjun Kharge and other top leaders also expressed their solidarity with Chib.
मैं ये चाहता था कि मोदी जी देश के लिए कुछ अच्छा काम करने वाले हैं, लेकिन मोदी जी ने तो देश का सत्यानाश कर दिया। मैं ऐसा अरेस्ट करने का मैं कंडम करता हूँ। देश के माहौल इतना खराब हुआ है जिसके कारण मोदी जी के ऊपर लोगों का बड़ा रोष है।
Congress's support came after Delhi police arrested IYC's national president Uday Bhanu Chib in connection with this protest that happened at Bharat Mandapam during the AI summit on Feb 20th. The BJP responded with Shehzad Poonawalla calling the protest a shirtless, shameless, characterless act without loyalty and against the interest of the nation. BJP's Gaurav Bhatia held a press conference and said that Rahul Gandhi hatched this conspiracy to embarrass India.
उदय भान, जब पूरे विश्व की नजर भारत पे है, भारत का डंका पूरे विश्व पटल पर है, तब अपनी टी शर्ट उतरवाना, नंगे हो जाना, जिससे कि भारत की छवि धूमिल हो, ये कर रहे थे। बताया जाता है इनकी गिरफ्तारी हुई, 4 दिन की पुलिस कस्टडी स्वीकार कर ली है। आप भारत को नंगा करना चाहते थे राहुल गांधी जी, आज आप खुद राजनीतिक तौर पे पूरी तरह से नंगे हो चुके हैं।
ये बब्बर शेर नहीं है राहुल गांधी, ये नेशनल शेम है। और आपका जो शर्टलेस, टॉपलेस, शेमलेस, कैरेक्टरलेस एक्ट था, उसके तो समर्थन में अब मार्गरेट आलवा जी भी नहीं बोल पा रही है, कांग्रेस के नेता नहीं बोल पा रहे। ये इतना शेमलेस कृत्य था। पर आज एक बात स्पष्ट है कि जो किया गया एआई समिट पर भारत मंडपम में, ये कोई 4-5 लोगों की कारस्थान नहीं थी। ये डीप कॉन्स्पिरेसी थी जिसमें राहुल गांधी स्वयं और उनके बाकी कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेता इस षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा थे।
Not just politicians, 277 dignitaries, including army veterans, former bureaucrats and former justices and judges, have written an open letter expressing anguish against the shirtless protest staged by the Youth Congress workers at the Bharat Mandapam during the AI summit. Uday Bhanu Chib was arrested under the multiple sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Chib was produced before the judicial magistrate at Patiala House Court, which granted 4 days of custody for further investigation. Delhi police alleged that Chib was mastermind behind the protests, orchestrating logistics, funding and coordination with accused including Sri Krishna Hari, Kundan Yadav, Narasimha Yadav and Ajay Kumar Yadav.
I have never in my entire career seen anything of this sort, where recovery is to be made of the t-shirts, and for that, for the biggest youth organization, Indian Youth Congress, where we have a membership more than 1 crore. The president of that organization, he's been detained first, and he was compliant. He was anyway joining the investigation, not once but thrice. He went and joined the investigation, and after we are facing the arrest. Way prosecution is leading this case, till date we don't have the copy of the FIR. Is this a joke? After filing application after application, the court during the last hearing specifically ordered, there was a direction to provide the copy, and till date it has not been provided.
The case has been transferred to the Delhi Police Crime Branch. So far, there are now total of 8 arrests in the case. Now, let me come to the big questions. Is Chib A Babbar Sher or a person who embarrassed India on a global platform? Was it a peaceful protest or simply a tamasha for cheap publicity? Did India benefit from the protest? Is it correct to criminalize the protest? For Congress, was it a step in right direction or a self-goal? On this issue, I am joined by Mukesh Tyagi, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Shivam Bhagat, spokesperson Congress, KV Prasad, senior journalist. I'll give chance to Shivam Bhagat first, and then I'll come to Mukesh. Shivam, Babbar Sher or national shame?
Good evening. Kartikeji, the voice is echoing actually in my ear.
Babbar Sher
Can you
or
hear me?
national shame? Yeah. My question, Babbar Sher or national shame?
Kartikeji, the other day I was on your debate and I started off with Article 19 of the Constitution. I'll repeat it again for the benefit of your viewers. Article 19(1)(a) gives us the right to free speech and 19(1)(b) gives us the right to free assembly and peaceful assembly. Was this protest violent by any means? No. Did anyone get hurt? No. Was this democratic? Yes. Was it by the Constitution? Yes. Could you differ with us on the manner and the method of the protest? Yes, to that as well. Some people might have not liked the protest. Some people might have backed the protest. That is all fine. That is a part and parcel of being in a democracy. But today, to arrest the Youth Congress chief is another sad and unfortunate example of the butchering of democracy that this government has been doing ever since they have got power in 2014. And today was just another example. There are hundreds of examples. For example, the ED raids, the ED cases against 95% of the opposition with a 0.5% conviction rate, or the hundreds of sedition cases that have been filed by this government and thereby stopped by the Supreme Court, condemned and paused by the Supreme Court. Therefore, this government, because, I'll tell you the real frustration. First, the real frustration was the utter mismanagement, as I had mentioned the other day as well, the utter mismanagement of the AI summit, then the Galgotias incident, then the Sam Altman incident. That frustration was taken out on the protest on that day. Now, the latest frustration is because Donald Trump takes you for a ride and, about the Indo-Pakistan conflict or the trade deal, to cover that up, that imaginary 56-inch chest doesn't come out, in front of those countries. So to cover up for all this frustration of all these days and all these months, today the opposition leader has come and got arrested. You tell me and let the viewers decide and you yourself decide whether this protest was illegal. Was it illegal? Was it violent? Is this protest harming the image of the country internationally? Or is the arrest harming the?
Okay, I'll come back to you. You made your point. I'll come back to let the questions rotate. So my question to Mr. Tyagi, who is the spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is so one, was it a protest in earnestness to bring up the issues, or did it end up embarrassing India at a global platform?
Karthikeya, good evening to you. I think one has to see the entire process in a much broader angle rather than just talking about Article 19 and talking about freedom of expression. Actually, we are not talking about it. The court has said that it has transcended the ambit of dissent. It's a court's observation. Now, these guys like parroting all the time that all the institutions in India are compromised. This is the problem because they have completely lost out political credibility. They are resorting to very cheap tricks. I think they are not Babbar Sher, they are like Babbar Chuhas. They sneaked you into it and police said that if you wanted to protest, you could have taken permission from the police that we want to protest. There is a method in the madness, but there was no method at all. They sneaked into the conference, they embarrassed the nation, and then they have the audacity to defend this kind of almost tantamount to treason. You have embarrassed government and spent so much of money in organizing this conference. Look at the kind of diplomatic initiatives we take. And Rahul Gandhi, being a leader of opposition, where is his loyalty and allegiance to the country? He should have got some decency to protest. I think this is the worst kind of protest any political party can do. And these people are continuously defending, despite the fact court intervention, police is saying their number of criminal sections under BNS have been imposed against them. They went without the permission. Then they wanted to actually carry the umbrella and put on that because they disguised and concealed and surreptitiously entered in the AI conference. Now, Rahul Gandhi, shamelessly, And I think very, very brazenly he's defending the act of this irresponsible and anti-national, I would call it anti-India act of Rahul Gandhi. God knows what kind of mental attitude does he have and his followers. So I think he has become a laughing stock, on the contrary, in the international community, because they realize that Rahul Gandhi does not have, no wonder he's losing out completely. And Mr. Modi, let me tell you, he's not going to get heckled by your cheap tactics. Country is marching ahead. We'll become the developed country by 2047. And kind of investment which is happening, we are playing very, very important role in terms of the foreign investment coming. As China's tariffs is comparatively higher, you will see to more manufacturing section coming. They're criticizing
Okay.
everything. Indo-US deal, Indo-European deal. Are you supporting any of the ideas of Mr. Modi, or you are just here to criticize government all the time? This is the constructive opposition you're playing. I'm very embarrassed to listen to your very, very preposterous argument.
Okay. Mr. Prasad, you have covered Parliament for 3 decades. One is, there are 2 issues which are in public domain. One is criminalization of the protest. Second is the framing of the protest as something which is anti-national. But the third thing is also political. Did it really help the Congress party?
Well, if you ask me the question, I think I go by your last frame where you said it is a self-code. Clearly, this was not the forum for Congress to air what it wanted to air. There could have been a better place and a better timing. Surely, because this was a different occasion. Number one, you're talking of artificial intelligence, AI summit that India was hosting. And we had protests, the Congress protests were on a different count. It was nothing to do with the subject of study. I can understand if they had issues regarding AI and other issues around that, and on which they raise a voice, is perfectly valid, legitimate. Just as you see when you have international conferences on the Greenpeace people and others, or Greta Thunberg goes and protests, it's perfectly valid. Protesting in democracy is fine, but what was the subject? That is something. So that I think, to answer your last point, this is something which is there. But the other aspect that are now creeping in, whether it is anti-national act, why should the government policies not be criticized? I mean, every party in the opposition criticizes, examines the issues at hand, disagrees with what the policy of the day. Because if you remember, the WTO debate was going on in Parliament in 1995. I mean, the entire opposition was up against it. The Indo-US liberty was going on.
I think you made one. You made one very important point. You know, this is one question I would ask Shivam. You know, opposition. You know, this was a Congress protest. Your own alliance partners, those ideologically affiliated with you, did not come out and support. Even your own leader, Margaret Elva, issued a statement.
I agree. I'm saying, and I started off the debate with saying that you might disagree with the manner of the protest or the optics or everything, and we've had these debates for the last 3-4 days.
Okay. I had asked that question, you have answered it. I'm saying your own alliance partners are against it. I'm saying your own alliance partners are against it. Mr. Gandhi has doubled down, sir. He's calling them Babbar Sher. I mean to say there are 2 things which are happening. Mr. Gandhi continues to support and take the hard position on this, whereas you're not getting support from your own partners. Your own alliance partners. My question is different, sir.
I understand what you're saying. And the other day also I said the same thing, that they are free to disagree with us. You know, they are free to have their own opinion. It's their democratic right. It's your democratic right. We don't have an issue with that. And they are, you know, we still stand by it. If it's not only Rahul Gandhi who's standing by the IYC chief, it's each and every one of us in the Congress that is standing by, because it is an utter butchering of democracy. The topic of today's debate is how they have been arrested and how Rahul Gandhi has backed them. Now, I have not heard from anyone on your panel, including yourself, condoning the act of arrest. Do you condone the act of arrest? Do you think this was a protest that should be criminalized? Do you think that this is not
I think you didn't read the
question?
Shivam, you didn't read the question. Let me play out all those questions. PCR, please play out all the questions. No, because you just accused me of something that I'm not asking.
I'm not accusing you.
Is Chib Babbar a Sher or a person who embarrassed India on a global platform? Question number 1. Question number 2, was it a peaceful protest or simply a tamasha for cheap publicity? Question number 3, did India benefit from the protest? Question number 4, is it correct to criminalize the protest? Question number 5, for Congress, was it a step in right direction or self-code? I have asked all the right questions.
I agree. I'm not denying and I'm not accusing you. All I'm saying is that the same questions have been repeating for the last 5 days. But today, shouldn't the main question be that the leader of the Youth Congress has been arrested? Do you think this arrest is justified in a democracy? Do you think this arrest is not embarrassing us publicly and internationally? Do you think internationally leaders will today be talking about the protest, or will they be talking about the criminalization of this protest? No one
Political
on the panel
generosity.
has replied to this.
Well, Shivam, I would say political generosity is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. Maybe what was permissible 40, 50 years ago is not permissible. It's a two-way street, but I'm not I'm not here sitting as a judge. You have to understand. I'm not sitting here as a judge. I'm not sitting here as a judge.
I agree.
I'm not the one to judge. The court is to judge. Your lawyer said that we haven't got the FIR copy. He needs to go.
That is always the case.
He needs to go to the higher court. I'm not the judge. My question is very, very simple. My question is simple that Congress party is in politics. My question is simple. You're not getting political sympathy. I mean to say, if you don't get political sympathy on a political issue, isn't that a self-goal?
Do we need sympathy and generosity from the BJP for this? Are we in a democracy?
You need political sympathy from people.
No.
You need political sympathy from people.
You said political generosity.
Okay, you need political sympathy from people, your own supporters. Margaret Alva came out. Anyway, I'm not the party here, Mukesh.
No. I mean, let me respond to that.
Even
you will.
Karthikeya, absolutely, you hit on the head of the nail. All the political alliance members are criticizing Rahul Gandhi, but he's not seeing it written on the wall. Even Shashi Tharoor has admired this artificial intelligence summit. So, I mean, this kind of dissension is there within the alliance, and they're refusing to acknowledge it. So, I mean, he's not only destroying his own political alliance and possible very, very remote and bleak possibility of he leading the alliance, which is also, it's a self-annihilation, it's a self-goal. So I think the problem with the Congress spokesperson is they have got a very difficult task to handle. It is indefensible. They are trying to defend. So I have a whole sympathy with them. But I am asking one question. They are trying to protect and take the shelter of Article 19(1). So it means tomorrow these people strip off completely. They're removing the trousers and everything underneath.
Did they do that the other day?
You think it's a justifiable? It's not an obscenity act.
Do you think they did this the other day, or were they protesting peacefully?
You can do anything because this opens up your very sinister design, and no wonder. Let me tell you, Devesh Chandra Srivastava, the police commissioner conference. So your Chib is not a very innocent guy. There is an organized kind of a network which is going on to destabilize the country because India is moving ahead, and you're not able to digest Mr. Modi's political, economic, and look at the way India. You will find it laughable. Laugh on your own leader.
Mukesh,
will lost complete head.
Let him come to me.
Mr. Tyagi, my question to you is very simple. I asked this question, so this question comes to you, sir. Is it correct to frame political protest from a criminal standpoint, sir?
That's what I'm saying. If the motive or ulterior motive is to disintegrate the country, and there are possibilities of network, there is a toolkit which was evident in the past, which is a part of some balkanizing or disintegrating conspiracy. You think government should not unearth what happened in farmers' protest? What kind of elements entered in the farmers' protest? Is it not possible that it will expand into that kind of direction? Rahul Gandhi is already talking about Gen Z kind of a revolution like Nepal and Bengal. So these guys are building up some kind of a fodder and ammunition so that India is burned, flamed under the Gen Z kind of a civil unrest in this country. Progress gets to standstill. India is marching ahead. So there may be some foreign forces which are funding them. And I will not be surprised. It's like Sam Pitroda and George Soros. We have seen Rahul Gandhi talking about against India consistently, not even once. I mean, he's talking in America, he's talking in Cambridge, he's talking in a number of places in the country. Look at the kind of statement he's making, that please come and intervene, our democracy is in danger. I mean, that kind of statement he's continuously making. So is it not complete evidence that there is a possibility of complete organized disintegrating plan, a
Okay.
blueprint, which Rahul Gandhi and this.
Okay.
Let me tell you, Kartike,
Okay.
this entire conspiracy happened in the presence of Rahul Gandhi. He is the fountainhead of the entire
Oh,
conspiracy.
how do
Priyanka
you
was
know?
there, Sonia ji was there, and Mr. Yadav was there sitting in that
Okay.
day, and Rahul Gandhi had made a statement outside the parliament that Prime Minister stands compromised. So you do not allow the
Okay.
you do not. One second, I'll just finish in 2 seconds. You do not allow parliament to function. You know how much we spend, lose 1.25 crore per hour. And Rahul Gandhi or General Navikars, because he got embarrassed, he was caught pants down. So he was trying to be avoiding that situation because he was caught completely.
Okay. So that's a different debate. Mukesh, that's a different debate.
I don't want to
That's a
get
different
into
debate.
it. But they're not a cause and effect. It needs a deep analysis, as a
Okay,
matter of fact. You can't just
Mr.
get
Prasad. Okay,
under-
Mr. Prasad, you have also covered Congress Party for a long time. I mean, so there are a lot of senior leaders who have not spoken, but Rahul and other leaders continue to speak. Why do you think that has happened?
Well, I think there are two issues to it. One, I think the issue that you asked other fellow panelists on, particularly Congress spokesperson, why allies were not in support. I think it's purely to the party, if at all. It was a party decision. And so I think, or a decision taken by whoever was doing this, number one. Now, the Congress party, I think Mr. K had come out, you played a bite a little while ago on this issue. And I think Rahul Gandhi, as the leader of opposition, that he holds a position, and also as a leader of the Congress party, a former Congress president, has supported and stood by the Youth Congress protest and their thing. So I think I don't see any confusion here. Margaret Elva or say Amashankar Iyer speaking different. All this always happens in a democratic setup. I don't see anything unusual. This happens in political parties. Political parties which are not monolithic in nature, which are democratic, which allow a voice which is against the tide, is perfectly valid. I don't see any contradiction.
I think, what's my take is, whatever has happened, the entire issue that was helping Congress Galgotia completely vanished. But the second thing what has happened is that within the space of the opposition, somehow Congress found itself alone. Other political parties didn't come to fill in that space. I think that's where the pitch went awry. But then, the Congress party can differ on this, because if you look at the social media handles, if you look at what was trending and what trended afterwards this protest, are two different stories simultaneously. Shivam, I gave you the chance. You were the first speaker. I have to really cut short. Really, I've run out of time. Thank you.